As you can imagine, delivering a civic welcome to visitors is one of the key jobs of a council chairman. But this welcome is a particular honour. I'm proud to have been elected as UKIP councillor to represent my Bay ward of Ellicombe. I am proud to have been elected chairman of Torbay Council. So now imagine my pride to be able to give this civic welcome to the UKIP Spring Conference. To welcome so many friends back to the Bay that I love is a truly wonderful privilege. Now, the position of civic leader in the borough is by tradition non-party political. And of course, I'm going to honour that in this welcome speech. However, I'm at perfect liberty to quote facts. One simple fact, which most of you will know, and those of you who have been elected to serve your communities will certainly know, is that we've never had it so bad. Labour left the country with some £700 billion worth of debt when the Conservative Lib Dem coalition government took office back in 2011. And we were promised debt reduction, and we were promised a new austerity, cutting our coat according to our cloth. We've had none of this. At present, the coalition government has amassed an additional £700 billion of debt in under 3 years. And who is paying for this debt? I'll tell you who. We at local government level are paying for it. As the LGA has revealed, local councils have been told to find 33% of all cuts, while Whitehall has been expected to find just 12%. A couple of weeks ago, my council, Torbay Council, had to deliver a budget containing enforced cuts of around £12 million. In the previous 2 years, we had to make compulsory cuts worth £19 million, and next year we will be expected to find another £14 million worth of cuts. Against this background, we have not increased council tax for the past 4 years because we are concerned about householders who are working hard and losing the race to maintain even a reasonable standard of living. It doesn't take a mathematical genius to project catastrophic outcomes for our Bay. And this scenario is being repeated across the country. These are not my opinions, these are facts. A subtitle for this civic welcome could well have been, "Life in the UK begins at 40, but it certainly ends at Exeter." We have suffered for years down here in the West Country from a lack of infrastructure development and investment. Compare these figures. In 2011, the most recent year for which figures are available, the infrastructure spend per head of population in London was £2,713. Yet in the whole of the South West, it was £19. In fact, successive governments of all colours and creeds have ignored us. Other than the bypass, which we've been pleading for 40 odd years down here and which is scheduled for completion in another 2 years' time, the last major investment in this area that I can think of was the opening of Torquay railway station in 1859. And talking of railways, I know some of you will have had fairly awful journeys if you chose to travel here by that method. Following the horrendous storm damage to the line at Dawlish, we're told that the single-track railway track that links the whole of the South West to the rest of the country is not likely to be up and running for a good few months yet, despite money being no object. So thank you, everyone here, for your persistence in getting here. Seaside towns, of course, are also hotspots for poverty. We have more than our fair share here. Large numbers of low-cost private rentals, and worse, operations to relocate payrollees and homeless people from elsewhere in the UK means that poverty here continues to grow. And this is not special pleading. A study of the problems faced by other seaside communities shows similar problems. For example, I know that the community in Great Yarmouth is creaking under similar strains. So I urge you to please especially remember the needs of seaside resorts, and here particularly in the South West, during your policy debates here today. Yet, of course, it's not all bleak here in our beautiful bay. In fact, far from it. The English Riviera remains one of the most visited places in the whole of the UK, and indeed outside London, Devon is the most visited county in Britain. And where in Devon is the most popular spot? You've guessed it, right here in the English Riviera. Scaremongering in the national press about the West Country being cut off is very much that, as you know. It is scaremongering. This is especially harmful to an area like ours, which depends hugely on the visitor economy. Here in the Bay, tourism represents 1/4 of our total turnover and around 20% of our employment. As you can plainly see, it's fair to say that the West Country in general, and the beautiful English Riviera specifically, is very much open for business. To those of you who have visited us before, a warm welcome back. And if this is your first time in Torquay, then I urge you to try and find some time to explore the beautiful bay. Many of you will probably know your way around, but there are new things to see and look at out there if you can pull yourself away from conference for a little while. I know many of you are going to make a long weekend of it. For a start, we've recently been awarded Global Geopark status, one of only 2 geoparks in England and only 89 worldwide. And our beautiful coastline features 20 beaches and coves with the highest concentration of blue flag beaches in England. And we now boast a range of places to visit, from Agatha Christie's house and garden at Greenway to the penguins you can mingle with at Living Coasts. And there are places to eat, from Michelin-starred restaurants to beachside cafes. I'm delighted, on behalf of all of us here on the English Riviera, to welcome you to Torquay. We all wish you a hugely successful conference. However, there's one final thing that I would like to do before I finish, and that is to acknowledge your great support for our town and our facilities here at the Riviera International Centre in bringing the conference back to Torquay. So, speaking for everyone here in Torquay and in our bay, I'm delighted to be able to present this civic plaque to your chairman and my chairman, Steve Crowther.